Previously on Critically Stupid. Okay, if I'm being totally honest, I'm still a little upset about how things went down in the last episode for a couple reasons. You may recall that we were at a theater, because you definitely watched the last episode or listened to it. And, theater's usually not someplace that you would see me. I prefer to be outside, but I don't know. I thought it might be nice for Josh Pat to, get a little bit of culture. No, it was just more monsters. We sent Gareth off to see kind of what this secretiveness was about. And he told us that he ran into somebody named Mert who claimed to be from the Harpers. Apparently Captain Rain was there too. Not clear on why Mert was representing Ramalia Haventree, which is definitely a name that we've heard before. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, where the rest of us were, there's Stevie Wildcard showed up, and we've not seen him since Tess threw something at him. She did not throw anything at him this time. I kind of wish she had, because first, Stevie Wildcard gave me a tarot card, and it's not really my thing, honestly. It was the Fool's Errand inverted. I feel like anything inverted is typically not a good sign, but I don't really put much stock in it. And then there were monsters coming out of the stage. I don't know, like these sea monsters and this half orc thing. So naturally, I spring into action and decide we need to kill this thing. Tess summoned a Canadian goose, which I actually thought was a good idea because those are angry little bastards. Anyway, I was getting a lot of good hits on this half orc thing, and then Stevie Wildcard biffed some spell and froze me. So Tess had to pee on me. It's a good friend that's willing to pee on you when you're frozen in battle. So that was a problem. And then when I almost had him, I was one solid shot, me and that Canadian goose, we had him, and Stevie Wildcard panics and just removes us from the theater. Thankfully, he didn't biff that spell too bad. I don't think he did, because I don't know where he went. So maybe he biffed it, but it only affected him if so. And in the process, he threw 2 more tarot cards at us for Gareth and Tess, and then said that we're the only ones who could do this. I don't know what that means. It doesn't sound good.
Did he also pee everywhere? Because cat pee is a thing that you can't get out of anything.
The thing is I have no nose for cat pee whatsoever. I can't smell it. That cat could pee on my chair and I would have no idea.
A superpower. And also
I totally thought you were gonna say that, and that sense was you were gonna be like, dude, the thing is, I love the smell of cat piss.
Are we recording? Because my kink specifically.
It's not just a piss kink.
What else is it?
A cat piss kink.
Bestiality piss kink.
You never know
trying to gaslight you. I'm pretty sure this happened.
No, I remember this. I
When
remember.
God's creatures sing from the heavens, will Greg not be a part of his choir?
What?
Episode title.
Let me describe to you why I'm mad right now. Is that because that line was so out of pocket and funny that I have to include it now, and there's no context for it. So the fucking audience is gonna come in on that off of the theme
Let's
song.
do
And
it.
they're gonna have
Yeah.
no. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Critically Stupid Real Play Dungeons and Dragons comedy podcast. I am your friendly dungeon master, Alexander James. My favorite part of last episode was the part where my lovely cast member Garion stepped into a scene with a character, sort of one-on-one. I put the spotlight on him, focused on him, and then that same cast member just decided to leave like 2.5 seconds into it and just said, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Pick me next.
Bestie, you go next.
Hi, my name is Diana. I play Mel. I also have an adorable little wolf pup that would be Joshua Patrick, Josh Pat J Peasy. My favorite part of last episode was, I mean, honestly, anything with Stevie Wildcard is pretty sweet. So, I mean, it was a solid episode. And his hair was my favorite part of the episode, actually.
Of the show.
It was the main character
Truly.
of the episode. For
Stevie's
sure.
hair was the main character, and he even had a hat on. So like, wow,
Over his headphones.
it did
I'm gonna
not
be
look
so-
comfortable.
I'm gonna be so honest. For the first like 3 seconds I was in the call, I thought it was one of those like hats that have the hair attached to it.
Amazing.
Don't tell him
Incredible.
that. Also, don't let him watch this episode.
Bestie, who's going next?
Oh, Anthony.
I'm Anthony. I play Arnold the Bard, and my favorite part of last episode, I had two. One was Alex's face when Garion decided to leave that scene. It was so good. It was amazing. My second one was when Stevie Wildcard froze Diana's feet. Like, it was his the pain on his face when he realized, he's like, I'm trying my best to be your friend, and like it was. Everything was going wrong, and it was brilliant. I loved it.
Let's say that was at least 95% Alex the DM realizing that in my stats I've become somewhat overpowered with my bow and that I was going to be able to kill the damn thing on the next thing, so he needed to try and stop me from having another roll, and then we ruined it with Cowpea.
And yeah, he's
Yeah,
just
Pretty
sad
sure
it wasn't
Pretty
Cat
sure Cow Pea makes everything better. So
My experience, yes.
So it's not just Cat Pea, Alex. We've learned so much about you today. So,
Yeah. Alex likes cat piss and cow piss.
yeah.
None of
You're
the
a piss
animals
lover.
start with C.
All crustaceans.
Hmm.
Just
stop.
Crab
Who's going next? Stop.
Garion.
Hey, it's me, Garion. I play Gareth the Rogue. My favorite part of last episode was after this entire show of us being yelled at of don't do split parties, it's annoying. So then when I decide to not split the party up and regroup so we can take the encounter as one, and the DM got fucking mad at me. Jess, your turn.
You're so that was the argument of a 2-year-old.
I was convinced.
Bang.
That was the argument of a 5-year-old. Low bar.
Hi, my name is Jess. I play Tess. My favorite part of last episode, because I don't really remember last episode, was cow pee. Because when you have problems, open your bladder and everything will be better. Life hack.
That's my next tattoo,
And
actually.
next t-shirt. So we
Open
need
your
merch
bladder.
immediately.
I'm gonna get
It's
it
our
like right on my bladder.
Our
Actually,
first ever Crit Stupid merch is gonna be that.
Open your heart and your bladder.
Your bladder.
All right, let's dive into it. We're gonna open on a flashback because I'm actually having a lot of fun with them building them together. So Stevie Wildcard is in a different plane. Garion,
An airplane.
what other plane is Stevie Wildcard in?
He's probably in the one that I walk in between whenever I do my teleporting thing.
Okay, he's in the gray space.
That's the one.
I liked Jess's answer. I like to think he's in an
It's like
airplane.
Lufthansa. The
Yeah,
airplane.
he got off at a different gate. He fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Actually, hang on, Garion, this isn't gonna work with a between space. I need like an actual like. He's got to be somewhere. Because the gray space is like
Southwest.
Blair Airlines.
American Airlines.
Fuck them.
Okay, before both of these jokes get less and less funny,
Never.
do you mean like an actual like a specific location?
No. Like you can invent any plane, any world, any scenario. It just can't be
Yes,
the in
wants it
between
so
spots.
It's a
You can
Wendy's.
invent an airline.
Oh,
It
I see.
sucks.
So,
It sucks
hold
so
on,
bad
hold
that
on.
this is Garion's joke and not Jess or Diana's. Garion.
Fuck.
Stevie Wildcard is a plane walker. He walks between planes. Where was he before the events of last episode? Before the Opera House, where was Stevie Wildcard?
So a little bit of headcanon I have for Gareth here is that the village he
Fine.
comes from is fuck. Go ahead, Diana. What's up?
What is happening? What is
up?
happening?
What specifically was said
Diana and
that
I are
prompted your
telepathically
laughter?
having the same joke, and we're fine.
Was it the same planes? Get it?
You must never miss a flight.
What?
It's fine. We're doing great.
We're fine. Don't worry about it.
We have yet to roll a dice. I'm already frustrated.
Hey, that's my shtick. Don't take my
I can't have anything. God damn it.
All right, Garion, where was Stevie Wildcard?
Okay. He was in a plane that is you know fuck, what's it called, like the Dead Sea, how it's like a sea of just entirely salt water that's like reflective of the sky.
Yes.
It was like that, where it looked like he was walking on just like a giant mirror.
Whoa. Okay. Okay, so he's in a plane that's nothing but endless still sea.
Is it like that
Jess-
level in Kingdom Hearts? Please tell me. You know.
No.
Like towards the end. What? No. Oh, okay.
It actually isn't, but I did play that game as a child, and it may have been deeply rooted in my subconscious. So
Just as a child, I played that game like 2 months ago.
Jess, what
Hi.
is Stevie Wildcard doing in this flat sea plane?
He's figure skating. 'Cause
Okay.
it's nice. Yeah. He's
I love
amazing.
this.
It's majestic. Yeah, he's doing lifts of himself. He's like lifting himself when he's doing
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony, roll a d20 and tell me how well Stevie Wildcard rolls does on his self-lift figure skating.
Oh, you got this. All right.
Don't add any fake modifiers to
Nothing. No, he's got it. It's 10. It's just
Oh
a 10.
wow, right down
Right in the middle.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you what.
Safe.
He's trying some really advanced stuff and he's doing okay. Like he's really pushing the horizons of like what is possible when you self-lift on a body of water wearing ice skates. And he's doing all right. Like he's fumbling a little bit, but you know, that's kind of the
Yeah.
way the cookie crumbles.
Have you ever tried jumping in ice skates? It's impossible. So
It's really hard. I don't think anybody can do
Really
it,
difficult.
actually.
actually,
It's
so yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible at all.
I remember.
Anyway, as Stevie Wildcard puts his own hands underneath his own grundle and lifts himself into the air while wearing ice skates.
Oh,
What's a
what's-
grundle?
Gooch, crotch, groin,
Explain grundle.
junk.
here it is. Grundle.
It sounds
You know what?
like disgruntled.
I don't think I will describe grundle. I think I'm going to leave it undefined.
Alex is disgruntled. I'm not drinking today, and I'm very, very
You
tired.
should start.
Oh.
Okay. As he skates, there's a ripple in the water to his right. He doesn't think
Farther.
much of it. He skates on. As he continues skating forward constantly, because this is a plane of endless sea that is very still, like the face of a mirror, there is a bubble to his left, maybe like 20 feet out. And he looks at it, but by the time he looks at it, the sea is still again. So he skates on faster and faster. And I think his hands start to like inch towards his coat where he keeps his deck of cards. And then all at once, there is a writhing of the sea directly in front of him to the point where he has to like emergency turn and sort of like skate away as the sea rises almost like a flat glass figure bursting from the surface. But before it can do anything or even move, Stevie Wildcard has his hands on his deck and he pulls a card and the world flashes and he darts into Bessie. Where does he go?
I think he ends up in a it's a city, but it's like nighttime. And unlike most cities that would be really well like lit up or whatever, it's like all of it's really dark for some reason. And it's raining, so I don't know, maybe the power got knocked out or whatever. But yeah.
I love that. Okay, so he trips, staggering, and there's the sound of like splintered metal as the ice skates on his feet break into just like really ineffective boots. And he's running through like a cobblestone lane that is pitch black and slick and loud with the sound of like rain on stone. And there are the sounds of like shattered pottery as he trips over lines that he hasn't seen. And he looks behind him and sees a manifestation of shadow sort of like slowly pursuing him every time he looks back in the corner of his eye, following and following and following. Every corner he darts, every sort of like two lefts and a right that he makes to try and lose it. Every time he looks in the corner of his eye, this figure, this dark shadow is following him.
Sounds like my PTSD nightmare.
Wait, hold on. I have a joke, but I don't know the lyrics. Hold on. Wait. It's gonna be so funny. Every part you take, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
You didn't know the lyrics to
No.
What am I, 1 billion years old?
Okay, last one.
ouch.
No, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Jess. Yeah. He reaches into his deck and pulls one more card. What happens to Stevie Wildcard that he doesn't take the right pull? He doesn't get the right card. What happens to him as he's reaching for his deck?
What happens to him while he's reaching to his deck? Or what happens
Correct.
after he's pulled the card?
Whichever one. He ends up not taking he takes the wrong door, and that's how he ends up in your dimension. But what happened to make him take the wrong door?
He slipped in some cat pee. Because someone left their cat while they were on vacation or traveling or whatever in the apartment, and the cat was pissed. Literally, he slipped in some cat piss.
Okay. Stevie Wildcard reaches desperately for his pack of cards to try another one to get himself out of this scenario, because he's being chased by an interplanar sort of like boogeyman. And he grabs a card, but as he grabs it, he slips in a puddle of cat piss, and his fingers just like shiver. And I think he actually like falls to his knees. Like I think his pace, his desperate flight stumbles, and he soaks his pants in cat piss, and it doesn't smell like anything.
Best of us.
And I think there's a moment as he fumbles for the last card, the card that sends him to your plane, to your dimension, the one he wants to get to because he knows that you are the only ones that can do this, that the figure catches up to him. And I think it reaches out and puts a hand on his shoulder, and he turns back to look and is overwhelmed with two things. Number one, the smell of salt water.
Oh, that
and number
he can
two,
smell.
a head of brilliant burning red hair.
Oh, fuck, it's Cerulean.
I mean,
holy shit.
And then we're going to cut to you, ding-dongs. So, you guys bounce into this alleyway. I think the force which you like ran through this portal was pretty intense. So you sort of like bounce a couple feet, skidding and stopping to a halt. It's nighttime, while you guys were at the opera. So presumably the same night. It's all four of you and Josh Pat unharmed, and Greg the lobster. Notably not Stevie Wildcard. What do you do?
Is there a goose? Did the goose come with us?
There is no goose.
He left.
We got to go back and get the goose.
Gotta go get the goose.
So I have a question. As someone who teleports frequently and researches, I can't read, I research it. Would I have any idea as to like what happened or how far we are?
You can tell how far you are pretty easily because of the landmarks in the city that you've spent at least like a month in building your business. Mount Waterdeep is to your west. The sort of like nicer buildings of town are to your north. You think you're somewhere in the trades ward, which are sort of like riddled with these narrow alleyways of like small places for like deliveries to be dropped for like little restaurants and bars and sort of like smithies and all these spots. They all have like small alleyways cutting between the buildings that let them get their wares delivered in the middle of the day. You suspect you're in one of these.
Well, luckily, to my teleportation expertise, I've figured out where we are via landmarks. You're welcome, everybody.
I will tell you, Garion and Gareth, I guess I'm talking to the same person. From what little you've taken from your time at your wizarding village, it's unusual that this attack came from the between space. I'm not sure that it's like super talked about as a facet of teleporting or walking between planes. But you've definitely never heard of an in-between threat.
Right. And to clarify something so that real life Garion knows it, the between space is that gray area that I walk through while going to pick up my knife, right? Same
Exactly.
area? Cool.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess we were trying to run away from the fish creatures and we just did it really well because, we're not there anymore. So I'm not sure what to do from here.
There is. Oh, go ahead, Arnold.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I I'd want to kind of look at Greg and just be like, okay, Greg, did you see that thing that took our new friend Stevie Wildcard? Do you know what that is?
Give me a perception check, Arnold.
You got it. I got 14.
Okay. Greg is terrified. The eye stalks that he's got are wide. Right. in terror, and some of the blue has like leached out of his face and upper shell. Right. So he just seems like a pastel blue instead of a deep sapphire. Okay. I don't know why I dive deep on the color of the shell.
No, I really like the color theory aspect of Critically Stupid.
But he said,
sorry.
He says, that okay, guys. That was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Oh God. It's not supposed to, like, I've only ever heard of it. It is not that.
You want to stop playing? You want to stop playing the pronoun game and tell us what you're talking about?
Why don't you stop playing the asshole game?
So I just, like, Arnold gets between them. He's like, friends, please, let's not do this right now. We've lost one friend tonight. Let's not, bicker and fight. But Greg, can you please just explain, what are you talking about? What's the thing? What have you heard versus what did we just see? What was that?
There is the
What's going on?
Striking smell of salt water, Arnold. And you hear a horrible, horrible voice come from behind you. In the sort of depths of this alleyway. I imagine that you're sort of like, one end is really, really dark, and then the other end sort of like 15 feet down looks out onto a street that's not necessarily well lit and busy, but it's at least illuminated. And you're sort of halfway between. And this horrible voice says, home. And you turn and look, and there is a portal still open in the air in the darkness of this alleyway, and you are looking at an ocean. Not the one that Stevie Wildcard was on. It is roiling and it is bubbling and tossing, and there appears to be a storm on the water. But you're looking at like deep, fathomless depths of water tossing in waves, and there's a voice speaking to you from the other side of the portal.
Can I do something, or is this Arnold's game?
No. Everybody can see and hear this.
So I think Gareth's fascination with teleportation and portals is really fighting his paralyzing fear of the ocean.
Yeah.
So he's like slowly inching forward to the portal to see what's going on.
Okay.
Can I see? I'll go around. Can I see through the back of the portal if I go around behind it?
If you run to the back of the portal, all you see is Arnold and Mel and Tess and Greg.
Cool. Okay.
There's what like the transfer between when you're like 90 degrees with it, and then as soon as you turn a single degree past that, it evaporates. It's gone.
Neat.
Is there anything that Tess can smell that the others can't through the portal? Like whatever is speaking or something else on the other side?
Great question. Yes. Tess, you smell seawater, obviously. But beneath the seawater is a horrible malevolence. Like, it smells like joy at dragging something underneath the surface.
What does that smell like?
I don't know. Ask Jess.
I am. Sure.
Malevolence.
Don't
Yeah.
give me another metaphor. What specific, like?
It smells like when you overcook your toast and you're like, fuck, I can't eat this anymore. And it's completely burnt.
And like for the first
mixed-
split second, you think you might be having a heart attack.
Yeah. And then mixed with, it's been way too long since I've last taken out the garbage and it smells bad in the kitchen. So those two smells together smells like malevolence.
All right, I dig it.
Yeah.
Did you mean a stroke, not a heart attack?
I don't know, man. You're the nurse. Maybe.
No. Canonically,
Heart
in this universe, when you have a heart attack, you smell toast.
Not burnt toast, just normal, regular toast.
Just raw toast, also known as
Silver
bread.
linings.
Right.
Just bread.
Just bread.
Also known as bread.
Uncooked toast.
Bakers die of heart attacks all the time. They never see them coming.
Never see it coming. Dianna, Josh Pat is bent back on his hind legs, and his front legs are sort of like sticking out in front of him, and all of his hackles are up, and he's growling at this portal. He's not having it.
I think, Mel would also still kind of be on alert, having just come from
Yeah, absolutely.
where we came from. Maybe a little frustrated because she was pretty sure she had it. Like she'd have killed that fucker if given the chance. So she's a little upset about that. So I think her bow is probably still out since they just got teleported however they were. So given Josh Pat's reaction, she'd probably kind of pull him back and her take a step back and then kind of like raise the bow and see if anything else happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think Tess, and she smells the malevolence, she would elbow Dianna gently and be like, shoot the water. Also, because I want to know what happens if you shoot the water through the portal. So shoot it. You should shoot it. It's bad. Who knows what's in there? But I think you should shoot it.
There is a moment where all of you sort of like have these actions, I think, at the same time. It makes sense to me that Mel would notice Josh Pat's reaction and back up and cock an arrow. Tess would like elbow Mel and scoot forward a little bit. Gareth would try to investigate the source of this. Like, it makes sense to me that all of these things would happen at the same time. And that thusly you all see a shape rise up out of the water, and you see the water sort of like break from its head down to its shoulders.
Shoot it.
But it's not a person. It's a humanoid shape, but it's almost like a silhouette made of water, of rippling, like asymmetrical fractals and shadows and bits of light. The only thing you can make out is at the crown of its head, a glowing bright red kelp, like hair, crowned at the top and moving down towards the shoulders. And this figure like weaves towards the water, or from the water towards the portal. And the voice whispers one more time, home.
So it
And
looks
then
like we're up against fucking Poseidon.
That or fucking, it sounds like Ariel with like the red
Shoot it.
hair and
Oh my God, Ariel would be a really good bad guy though, low key.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's made of water, right? So I'm not sure how much shooting it is really going to do.
To be fair, the
truthfully.
ocean was also made of water, and you were going to shoot that.
When was
I think that was
shooting
I think that was
the ocean?
Tess's
was
plan
Tess's
more than
idea,
more
actually.
than
Shoot the
Mel's
fucking
plan.
water.
Say,
To
that
be fair.
wasn't-
Can Tess pick up a rock and just try to like as if you're like skipping stones over the water, but she has to like skip the rock off the kelp monster?
Yeah, for sure. Give me a basic dexterity attack, please. It is hilarious to me that you have an entire spell sheet of like cool spells.
It's
and
not
this-
opening.
And this bitch just picks up a rock. I think that's great. I think that's very in character for Tess, honestly.
Yeah, I like a rock. I love a good rock.
Did Tess
Okay.
geek out when she got teleported?
I was thinking that I landed as a person.
Okay. We'll accept that as
Yeah.
canon.
Yeah. I was gonna say it and I did not. I got a 12.
Okay.
And then
yeah,
plus
I
2,
think
so 14.
14. I think you
Yeah.
skip this rock into the portal neatly, and it takes a chunk out of this figure's like knee area, or as far as you can figure, because once it breaks down from the shoulders, this water is sort of like generally bodiless. It's just sort of like suspended from the other water beneath it. But as soon as your rock makes contact with the water, it collapses in a rush, flooding back into the ocean surface, and the portal closes.
Oh, whoops.
Well, thank God it
No,
was
problem
a rock and
solved.
not one of us.
Did I solve the problem or?
I think so.
Listen, you solved
You
my
made
ocean puzzle.
that. You made that future us's problem, and I'm fine with that.
And
I
who
mean,
knows
I'm
if
gonna be
I'll still on
honest.
the show.
It kind of sounded like he told us to go home. So let's call it a
True.
day.
Yeah.
Hit the head.
Yeah. You're right. It is bedtime. I would like to go home.
So Arnold would look at Greg again and be like, okay, also, in addition to the thing I was asking before, what was that? What was that guy? What's going on?
You know him?
I think Greg would say, again, very scared.
Yeah.
Very pastel. Oh, I've only ever heard of it, and it's. Do you guys know?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay, well that's fine.
Don't know anything.
It's called an aboleth.
I was right.
Does it
Alright,
have
so,
anything
like-
to do with the Chul? Does it have anything to do with the Chul? Did they work for it? Are they friends? Are they frenemies? Are they
Oh
neighbors?
shit! No, girl, it totally has something to do with the Chul. We gotta go. Hey, listen, we can't have this conversation here. There's too many prying ears. We gotta have this conversation back at Trollskull where it's safe.
Okay,
All right.
let's go. I'm tired anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I have a card. Can I look at my card?
Absolutely.
Oh
you
yeah,
can.
wait. What does my card say? Also,
You both
Yeah, I
look
want to
at
look at
them.
my card.
I
We can be
think- wait,
walking. but I'm
should we look at them in the comfort of our own home and not out in the street?
That's
Mel
already
would
has us out.
recommend. Mel would recommend either walk and look or look back.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and open mine at Trollskull, like it's a present.
I think as you guys are like having this encounter in the alley, you are seeing like lights light up in the buildings next to you, sort of like gently illuminating this alley as people like are hearing you guys talking and are like, what the fuck is going on outside my window? So prudence might be the better part of valor here.
Let's bounce. Let's.
All right,
Tess
smash cut.
puts it in one of her pockets.
Smash cut. Interior, Trollskull, dead of night. And when I say dead of night, I mean like you guys are squishing your way back through the doors of Trollskull at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like it is late.
Or early.
I have a snack.
Or it's very early. Tess, do you have one prepared or are you planning one when you get to Trollskull?
I am gonna go look for one because we live in a restaurant.
As you walk into the tap room at Trollskull, you notice a couple of things. Number one, the lights are still on. Floon is
damn it,
standing
Floon.
behind the bar, cleaning
God.
industriously. His
Was
head
the
is
door
like,
locked?
No, door was open.
God damn
Oh
it!
my god.
Floon
We gotta
is
fire that boy.
keeping his head below the bar and sort of like scrubbing above himself, sort of like sticky towel, wet towel, sticky towel, wet towel. But doesn't rise above the bar beyond his like eyes and nose to look at you as you guys.
What time do we usually close? Do we close at like 2
You tell me.
a.m. like
We
regular
clo-
bars?
We close at 1 a.m.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out if it would be normal for Floon to still be doing closing stuff. Because if we close at like 2, then yeah, at 3 you could theoretically still be doing closing stuff. But
I think if
we
you
close at 1, then
I think if you close at 1, it would be eyebrow raising, but not out of the realm of possibility. You know, if you had an exceptionally busy night and he was, doing other stuff, he is the sort of like general dog's body of this tavern. So like, it's very possible that Gareth could have said before you guys left for the opera house, hey, fucking detail the kegs tonight. And then he would have had to stay late.
Sounds like he's trying to get more hours in so that we
Oh, he's
pay for
definitely,
more.
I'll tell you what, Floon milks the clock every day.
Oh hell yeah!
But what you suspect is the cause of Floon's sort of general presence is the figure that pipes up from the table immediately in front of the bar that says, "Aha, my dear boon companions, I'm so glad you have arrived. I've been waiting here for some time. Gareth,
closed. Go
lovely
home.
to see you. I am aware that your establishment is closed. I am merely here to deliver the same message that I said earlier." You are all looking at the red-haired and red goateed figure of Mert. Gareth is the only person that knows his name, but this is the same character that Gareth was speaking to at the Opera House earlier. Festooned doublet, sort of a portlier figure. He has a fistful of pistachios in one hand that he is cracking with 2 fingers and then popping into his mouth. Behind him is a sort of like slender man in like a nondescript like robe and leather armor who is staring at the bar currently with sort of a puzzled expression on his face.
Well, I'm glad to see you made it out of the opera all right, despite the Lovecraftian horrors that I have yet to be able to describe. However, despite how important the message is or was, we're closed. Come back in the morning.
Now, my dear son, I understand how persnickety you can be when it comes to your establishment. You will notice the table in front of me is bare, except for this cup of water that I have not touched. I am not here to dilly-dally nor delay you. I understand you've had a rough night, as have I. Allow me to simply say my piece to the group, and then I shall be on my way with Smithers here.
You're
The
paying for
water's
that water.
not free here.
Yeah,
Just-
not
I
only
am-
are
I-
you staying late, but you didn't even pay for anything.
I am
Also-
aware that the water is 3 bronze dragons per glass, which I will tell you, gentlemen, is extortionate.
Hey, it's free
Where-
if you order, which you didn't. You
Where
brought
did
your
you
own
get the
food from home,
pistachios?
apparently.
Where did you get the
These
pistachios?
I brought these pistachios. Would you like
No
some of these?
outside
You can't bring
food.
outside food. That's a health code violation.
Give me a
Gareth is just
pistachio.
Flowing with pride at everybody else yelling at him.
Tess, he tosses you 3 pistachios,
Okay, acceptable.
and he says,
And
I'm
Mel like
fine.
knock them out of the air before they make it to Tess.
Damn it! I'm so hungry.
"Roll a
You-
dex
the
attack,
last
Mel."
time you tried to eat something, it was poison. She doesn't
I'm
have a
not
book with her, so she's
wrong.
just gonna stick her arm out and see if she can get it.
Okay.
17. No pistachios for you.
Okay, you slap all
Okay.
3 of these pistachios individually out of the air, which I will say is very impressive.
One at a time? Like,
Yeah.
bam, bam,
Yeah,
bam.
I'm that good.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I'm so
like-
hungry.
I'm like, we will get you something that was not brought in from the outside.
We have
Okay.
food at home.
Exactly.
I am at home.
You can eat
Listen,
home food. not-
Listen, if I could perhaps intervene, I understand that the sort of pistachio dilemma is currently important. However, hi, my name is Mutt, and I am a representative of a powerful organization here in the city. I am here on behalf of Ramalia Haventree, who sent me because you seem like the sort of group that stands for law, order, and dignity. And so I am.
You
it-
must
it
have
is
us confused
deeply-
with some other
deeply
people.
alarming to me that you giggled at dignity.
I peed on my friend like the other day, the same day, the other episode.
It was today.
Yeah, I
It was-
peed on my friend
It was
like
less
30
than
minutes
an hour
ago.
ago. I peed on my friend.
What I am saying to you is that our dear city is on the brink of total destabilization from the gang war bubbling up from underneath the surface. I know that you have encountered a fiend or 2 in your time, and I, on behalf of my patron, Ramalia Haventree, am here to propose an alliance. I represent the Harpers. The Harpers are a network of undercover agents, spies, and general sort of like clandestine figures that fight for truth, honor, and goodness. And I tell you what, I think you're a bunch of ding dongs. But Ramalia Haventree, Lady Haventree as she is known, says that you are worth our time and effort. So I am here to offer a insight into your troubles on behalf of the Hoppers. And if it goes well, perhaps you might consider joining us, help save the city, blah, 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 blah.
Wait a minute. Was he at the opera?
He was.
Yeah, I talked to him.
How are you here? How did you get out? How are you already here?
So that is a great question.
Okay, you know how in like the Emperor's New Groove, where they
Yes.
both take the map and then like they get there beforehand, and
By all
and
accounts, it
Kronk's
doesn't make
like,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he reaches underneath the table and pulls out a parchment map of Waterdeep with like 7 red circles that sort of like focus in on your tavern. And he says, by all accounts, it doesn't make sense. The Hoppers are known to have a few secret ways in and out of establishments, ways about the city that even sort of like skullduggerous associates such as your Gareth there are not available to peruse.
Don't try to impress me. I know the door was open. You just walked in.
The door was also open, and your associate there, and he gestures behind him. And you all see Floon duck further down below the counter. Okay. And Dianna, give me a perception check, please. Or insight. I'll take either one, whichever you think is going to be higher.
I gotta find them both. We're gonna go. Oh, perception's better. We go on perception. I hope it's not bees. Oh, it might be bees. 12.
12. Okay.
You know what my problem is? I didn't use my new amazing Libris Arcana dice on that roll because I put it
Oh.
back in the bag. So out of convenience, I just grabbed the dice that was already out. So of course I'm seeing bees because I didn't use the magic non-bee dice.
If you're not using your delightful Libris Arcana resin dice that are crafted special each month for you, the subscriber, there's a reason why you're rolling low, and it's because you're not getting the right
It's
dice.
absolutely true. It's just they're so nice that I put them back in the bag to like keep them together, and that's where I went. That's where I went wrong.
I think Bessie, you see the Smithers, the gentleman standing behind Mert, who is sitting very comfortably in his chair, by the way. You see Smithers sort of like cock his head and sort of like look at the bar as Floon ducks down even lower. And now all you can see is Floon's hands above the bar, sort of like meandering with towels, just sort of like spreading stickiness willy-nilly.
Looking busy.
Yeah. Gotta get them hours in.
Mel just kind of looks over at Floon doing it and just sighs, just like a deep, deep sigh. Like she's just fucking done. It's been a day. There's cow piss on her leg. She's not mad at it because like it low-key helped save them, but there's cow piss on her leg and everyone needs a bath. She's annoyed. So she's just gonna turn to the gentleman and be like, if there's a point to your being here, please get to it, because you're just talking about Harper's and Lady What's Her Fuck. That's Dianna because I can't remember her name already.
It was Romeo Halleck
No idea.
Right.
Ramalia Haventree.
Lady Ramalia Haventree, which I totally remembered this whole time. And you know, frankly, we don't know what you're talking about. And you brought outside food into our establishment. We're not happy about that. So
We're gonna charge him per pistachio.
so get to the point.
Is he sitting on a chair, or is it like a booth situation? Like what?
He is sitting on a chair.
Like it's in a chair. Okay. Are there like other chairs next to him, in front of him? Like
Yeah, I think he's sitting at like a 4-top. Like he just picked the first table that he had a good view of the door with.
So like Arnold would sit like right next to him and like scooch the chair as close as he could to him and be like,
So creepy. I love it.
Like uncomfortably close. Arnold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like the
just
chairs were touching.
Yeah, like chairs are touching.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
he's
Mel is low-key hoping that he takes his voice just for funsies, just the villain arc of Arnold. She's so annoyed that like she's trying to send him that message even though she knows that he won't get it. She's just trying real hard to see if she got that power at some point because she's annoyed.
Okay. But basically, so Arnold just says to him, is like, listen, for the past 60 seconds, all I've wanted in my entire life is to be a spy. This is the most interesting thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And by entire life, I mean last 60 seconds. Please
Mel sighs again.
tell me more about this. Do we get code names? Do we get uniforms? Do I get a mustache? Like,
I feel
Also,
like
you called
uniforms
Harper's.
would be a terrible idea for spies.
That's true.
What'd you
But
say, Jess?
I was just thinking because they're called Harper. Is it because they all play the harp? Because that sounds like his shit. They all play one harp, but they all each play an individual tiny harp.
It's like everyone playing the
Is
same
it
song
just
on a
one
guitar.
giant
one.
harp?
One really big harp or a bunch of
Right.
tiny little baby harps.
I don't know which one I want to be the
I
answer
want a bunch of
because they
tiny
both sound
pocket harps.
amazing.
I want to
They
go to
both sound
bed.
amazing.
He says, I must agree with your scoundrel Gareth there. The idea of uniforms for a sort of clandestine operation like this does sort of defeat the purpose. However, I will tell you that should your we should call it like a trial mission go successfully, there is a pin that you get that officially signifies you as a member of our organization, albeit sort of a lower, sort of like entry level associate.
This sounds like an unpaid internship, and
What does the
that's
shape-
just not.
Wait, hold
that's
on.
not what
Is-
we're
Is
about.
this a pyramid scheme?
Is the trial mission getting other people to do trial missions?
Yeah.
We have news that an undercover Zent agent has infiltrated the city through the ports. We have an undercover operative in the port market who is rumored to have seen this undercover agent and have information that can identify him in the eyes of the courts and Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. So we would, but we have not heard from this associate in some days. We're starting to get a little worried. Lady Haventree has asked that you go down and see if you can locate this Jason Ironhooves and see what you can hear. If you can gain, if Jason Ironhooves is his name, I can give you the stall that he was working at the market. He sent out communications through our underground network saying that he could identify this Zent agent, but that was the last we've heard of him. It's been over 24 hours.
Why haven't
Is
you
he a
guys
horse?
just checked it out?
Because Lady Romalia Haventree has said that low key she doesn't like Jason all that much, and then maybe if this would be a good sort of trial mission for you, and if you goof it, well, she didn't like Jason all that much.
That's actually
Jason
pretty-
a
I
horse?
actually respect that answer, both
Yeah,
Mel
no,
and
if
Diana.
Floon
I
went
like that
missing-
honesty there, and that's kind of like the same answer she would give to a question like that. So
Like, if Floon went missing, I would definitely just get some 4 bozos off the street to go find him. I don't say that out loud, actually. That's mean.
Sure. So what do you say?
Mel kind of sighs again, and she's gonna say, "Listen, I want to think about it. Can this wait until after we've rested? It's been a fucking day and a fucking night, and
We just saw the craziest opera ever.
yeah, it was a very strange show, very lifelike. So we hear your proposal. I'd like to talk about it with my people here. With you, like, not here. Please leave."
So can like Arnold be like, all right, I'm in. Tell me everything there is to know, and where I deliver the information once I find this guy, and I will do this. I got this.
Arnold, I will
Um,
shoot you.
I think his eyes dart from Mel to Arnold, to Mel to Arnold, and then land on Arnold, and he says, you can find me as a sort of my regular establishment is a tavern called the Yawning Portal. I'm not sure if you've heard of it here in the city of Waterdeep.
You're a competitor.
Didn't we start there?
He
I was
started
gonna say,
there.
isn't that the place with the troll in the middle? And I shot and killed that too.
Yes, well remembered, everybody.
Except for Jess.
Well, she
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
playing with
done.
us, so like that's not
And
fair.
empty.
Yeah, but she wasn't watching her. You're not a huge fan of the show.
No. We do not shame people for not watching the show. That's not how we do it. Anyway, he says you can find me at the Yawning Portal. You can leave a word for Mert. That's me, of course.
Is there
I
a
am
secret code, Mert? Do we have to say a specific word to get to you?
Yeah, it's
I
nerd.
am getting this sense that you would like me to invent a sort of secret code just so that you could
Listen, if you're going to be a legitimate spy, I need to hear some legitimate spy stuff going on at this point.
Do we come in from the ceiling? Do we, like,
Yes.
we come in, but we only
there
like,
is a
unnecessarily-
secret
No.
entrance
We
in
only
the
come in
back.
from the ceiling if there's like bankers down below in case we biff
Oh,
it.
yeah.
There is a secret entrance in the back. Now, it's going to look like a kitchen entrance, but I assure you it's secretly secret for spies only.
Do we get
Come on.
snacks if we use that entrance?
There is a
Kitchen.
provisional sort of pistachio arrangement that if you deliver the information and you give the code word, not only are you going to get entrance to the well-pedigreed establishment of the Hoppers who fight for truth, order, and justice and save everybody from the clutches of chaos, but you will also get chicken nuggets.
So Arnold is writing all of this down as it's happening. I was like, just from clutches, chicken
vegan
nuggets.
chicken
Do you have
nuggets.
anything vegan though? Because of my friends and.
Yes, we also, I believe the Yawning Portal serves a delightful
vegan nuggets made out of real vegans.
Shredded jackfruit tacos.
Amazing.
Okay, and what was that code word?
Jackfruit.
Jacked fruit.
Not gonna lie, the truth, liberty, justice, whatever sounds like something that would.
He says the code word is orchid.
Okay, so I write it down. I'm just like, okay, and that was a maybe on the uniforms as far as I heard.
No, that's a hard no on the
Yes.
uniforms. Uniforms mean dead spies.
You got this.
Generally
We're
sort
working
of
through
bad.
this. It's the thing that people wouldn't expect the least. You don't expect spy. Like if you see uniforms, you're like not spies.
Tess looks at Arnold and she's like, we'll make our own uniforms.
That's right.
Yeah.
It just says spy.
No, it says not
Not
spy.
spies.
They wear
Nice.
they wear ski masks or balaclavas like the spy from TF2.
Or instead
I
of like
think-
I'm with stupid, it's like I'm with spy.
And they just point at each other, and you guys just walk
Yeah.
next to each other the whole time.
I like to imagine at some point like Tess is walking next to a pedestrian and it just says I'm with spy, and then the red guy gets like tackled by the city police. I think Gareth turns to Mert and says, all right, Mert, I'll cut you a deal. If you leave our establishment for the night, I will promise that we will maybe, possibly, might not, maybe could go to your place later.
I can confidently say I agree, but also pay for your water and the pistachios.
He reaches into his pocket and fishes around for 3 bronze fucking quarter dragons or whatever they're called in the city. As he's doing so, as he's paying for his beverage, Smithers leans down and whispers something in Mert's ear. And Mert turns and looks at the bar where all you can see is Floon's hands with dirty towel, sticky towel, sort of like spreading a mix. And you see his brow furrow for a second, and then he pulls 3 bronze dragons out of his pocket and puts them on the table and says, I do still believe it is a little extortionate to charge for water.
Hey, you
So-
came here to
We-
us, so
I
Ask
also
for
did not
clothes.
order this water. That gentleman just put it in front of me. Excuse me, sir.
Listen, our bartender Barry is a great man and has worked here for years, all right?
I think, Garion, you all notice Smithers' eyebrows quirk downward immediately. And he bends to the other side of Mert and whispers swiftly.
Yeah, okay. Floon is definitely
Arnold's really
wanting for
close.
something.
Can Arnold hear?
Yeah, can I hear it? No, I'm
She's
right
real
next to it.
close.
Give me oh shit, you are like
I
Your
really
ears
close,
are
aren't you?
touching, basically.
Really close.
Wait,
Give me a
also,
perception check, Arnold.
is Arnold
take
just
away his
excited
voice.
to be involved? He's like, they're whispering, I'm in now.
he, like,
I'm
leaned
already
in.
doing spy shit.
You got to take away Smithers' voice so he can't whisper anymore.
I mean, all he said was swiftly, right? But I got 13.
13. I think because you are so close, you hear Never Ember. And Mert says, excuse me, dear sir, yes, you over there by the bar. What did you say your name was?
His name is Barry, and I'm the manager of the bar. If you have any questions, you can talk to me.
Where did you discover Barry?
I'm
I'm
not
sorry,
sure
did
that's
you want
any of
to-
your
did
business.
you want to recruit us as
Classified.
spies, or did you want to do background checks on my employees? Please go home.
And also,
is
you've yet to
classified.
pay for the pistachios. Please
The
pay for them
pistachios.
immediately.
Well, the pistachios weren't ours, but
Yes,
if you
they
want
are.
to
Here's the
pay
thing.
for pissing
Outside
me
food.
off,
Arnold
then
gets
feel
mad
free
because
to
he's
drop
like,
another
"Listen."
3 things, whatever the fuck they're called, onto the
They-
table.
There is no outside food, which means any food that's brought to the establishment comes from the establishment. You owe us for the pistachios, not pistachios.
It's not that there's
Incredible.
no outside food allowed. It's that there isn't any. We have all of it.
Exactly.
What is your corkage fee on nuts?
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Boy, if I had
Throw
a
in
nickel.
another bronze dragon and leave, and we'll call your tab paid.
All right, he slaps another bronze dragon on the table and gets up and leaves, but not before throwing one last look at the bar, where again, all you can see is Floon's hands.
Does
Still
he have a
moving
crush
that,
on
still,
Floon?
still moving those tiles around.
Go
Who
ahead
doesn't
and
have a crush
let
on
me
Floon,
know as
honestly?
soon
He
as
has a
like
crush
the
on
door is
Floon.
closed and this
Yeah,
gentleman.
I think
And
he
then
and
we can
Smithers both.
lock it.
He and Smithers both walk out, and they don't look back, and they sort of like make their way around a corner.
All right, Gareth
think
locks
Tess-
the door.
Mel just like fucking wants to go to bed, but now she realizes we have to follow up on this whole. Clearly, there was something with Flume.
Yeah, Floon,
Yes, we asked.
are you wanted or something? That's not gonna get you fired. I'm wanted for like 37 different things, but why?
Bro, I mean, wanted by the taco shop for excessive taco eating.
All right, so Arnold would step forward and go, guys, I heard that. I heard the spy whisper Never Ember. What if he would look at Floon and be like, are you related to Rainier Never Ember? Are you his brother? Are you his brother?
Yeah,
Are you his
what's
dad?
last name?
Are you his dad? Are
Are
you
you
a
his
Never
dad?
Ember?
You his disgraced father?
Bro,
Great.
Do you know him? Let's just start there.
Are you his bastard son? Be honest.
where am I starting? Because there's like 8 different sort of like entry points into this conversation.
Let's
He was
start
mom.
with why were Mert and Smithers so interested in you?
Did you have sex with one of them?
Or both?
Not that one.
What?
Ooh, yeah.
One question at a
Whoa.
time, please.
Okay. When they came in here, and I told them, bro, Gareth, I said, like, gang, we're closing soon. Like, you can't stay. And the sort of like the bigger one, I didn't catch his name, but he said that he was gonna stay and wait for you. And I said, well, then you gotta order something, because like bro Gareth doesn't fuck around with people who just sit around here and don't spend any money. And so he said, I'll have a water. And I was like, okay, well, you're still gonna have to pay for that too. And then he got grumpy as hell. But also that dude, that Slender Man motherfucker that was standing next to him, he kept looking at me strange. And they kept whispering about me, and like I don't understand why. Do I know them? No, I've never seen those two dudes before in my life.
Do you know Rainier Never Ember?
The fucking douchebag that you guys rescued from the sewers? Yeah, you told me about him. And
Yeah,
like
that's the
I've
one.
seen
Do you know
his
him
poster.
outside of that?
No, I've never talked to him before. I've seen his poster. I've heard of like the stuff that he does around town, but I'm just fucking chill bartender, bro.
What I think might be going on is I think Rainier might be looking for Floon and have hired Smithers and Mert. The question now is,
But
fuck
why
does
are they
Rainier want
looking
with
for
Floon?
Floon?
I'm just a fucking dude, guys. Like I'm just chilling.
Can I
You're
tell if he's
barely a
lying?
bartender.
Is there something I can roll to see if he's lying?
Yeah,
Sure,
insight.
Bessie, roll an insight check. What are you specifically lying about? What? Because lying in general is a broad term.
I want to know if he is lying about not knowing why they would be looking for him. Whatever question that was just asked.
Okay,
last.
okay,
And
yeah,
he,
yeah, I
And he was
gotcha.
like, I don't know, I'm just a dude, and like
Yeah.
I want to know if he's lying about that.
Gotcha. Go for it. Roll it.
All right, hold on. We're gonna use the good dice this time. You
Which dice would those be?
said insight. That's the Libris Arcana dice.
Bam.
You said insight.
Correct. I did.
Hope I roll good because I got like no modifier. Oh hey, 19. Hey.
Whoa.
If you use code crit stupid or fuck stupid 20
Yeah.
at checkout, you could get a nat 19 on insight too.
True that. When you've got a +0 modifier, hell yeah.
19 is quite good. So, Bestie, I will tell you that he truly seems to not know why they're here looking for him. Like he's sort of like talking really quick, and there's like splotches of like red color blooming up on his cheeks. But he didn't seem to hesitate or look askance or fall into any of the pitfalls that like liars slide into when they're being intentionally deceitful. He genuinely does not know why they were looking for him. But he says, but like, bro, Gareth, like I gotta tell, I think it was like that dude kept like low key looking at my hair. And like, I got a fresh cut. And so like maybe he's admiring the sick fade.
The fade is pretty sick.
It's good, right? I had a goblin do it.
Really, a goblin? I didn't know they cut
Yeah.
hair. They're
No, he
bald.
stood on 2 stools to do it, but like, wow, right?
You could have just
But
sat down.
above table, because I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly. Is Neverember also a redhead? Were they
They're both
both
ginger.
kidnapped in the beginning because there was a mistaken identity type deal?
The very first mission you guys went on was to rescue Floon, who
Right.
was kidnapped because he was mistaken for Rainier Neverember.
Rainier,
Because
so they look
they both
alike.
have very bright red hair.
So that's what it is. That's
And
why.
he was kidnapped by the Zentarim, right?
He was. Wow, Garion, way to go. He was at first captured. Well, he was first captured by the Zentarim in the warehouse, but then the Xanathar Guild crashed that kidnapping, killed the Zentarim, and then took Floon into the sewers, which is how you met Sylvie and the half-orc Portobello and sort of like that step.
Okay, and
Right,
now,
thank you.
so the Harpers, were they looking for a Xanathar or a Zentarim fella?
The Harpers have got information on an undercover Zentarim agent who has entered the city through the port or the harbor.
Okay, and Zentarim is, we haven't met them yet. Xanathar is with Sylphie and Tim and all them.
Xanathar is Sophie and Tim. I think you have encountered a handful of Zentarim agents, but I'm not sure that you would know right off the dome that they work for the Zentarim.
So, because what I'm willing to bet is, I think that Mert, and I'm not doing this in my character voice,
That's
think
fine.
that Mert and Smithers are working for the Zentarim. They're trying to get us to go to a remote location as bait, and they're looking for Floon because they know that he was the wrong guy that they kidnapped instead of Neverember, which is why he said that to Mert. That's my working theory.
Mel's theory isn't that involved, but she is also low key sus, and she is always worried that she's going to be the baddie. So she's not super trusting that these Harpers are this great beacon of neutrality, just trying to keep justice for all. She's naturally a little bit suspicious and doesn't like it.
Yeah, the moment there's the word truth in your
like truth, justice, the American way, and like fuck, the American way is horrible. So
yeah,
if I could interject briefly, just to give a little context, I love your sort of like suspicions. I will tell you, Dianna specifically, you would have heard of the Harpers before, sort of in your rangings. The organization as it stands is known for being really, really upfront, genuinely tries to help and preserve order and decency. Like they do food drives, they do clothes drives. The organization of the Harpers is good. However,
that makes her more sus. That
there are numerous cases of people's pretending to be Harpers because they know that the actual organization is impeachable. So
right. So that's where my suspicions would go then, because I would realize that that's out of character for the true Harpers. And I would definitely share that with the people here, that I don't trust them. I'm somewhat familiar with the Harpers, and they don't get involved in stuff like this. They wouldn't get involved.
Do the Harpers have like a headquarters we could go to? Could we like check the employee records?
We could see they could even play the harp, because then we would know.
I will tell you, Gareth, they don't necessarily have like a headquarters. However, Mert did talk several times about a patron, Lady Ramalia Haventree, who is a public figure in the city and probably pretty easy to track down.
Looks like we're breaking into some royalty's house.
I always forget which one Lady Ramalia Havenfuck is.
Always,
we know every time.
Yet, do we?
She's been mentioned before though, and I never remember in what context.
No, I feel like I would have remembered because Haventree sounds like Haligtree from Elden Ring, and it makes me laugh whenever I hear it.
See, this is the fun part where we've
definitely encountered the name before.
No, we have, and you've made that joke before, which is fucking great for me. So
sounds like me.
Garion is right. You have not met Lady Ramalia Haventree. Bestie is also right. You have heard the name before in the House of Inspired Hands. Charlie, the head priest, said that Lady Ramalia Haventree was one of several nobles who stepped up asking about the rogue Nimblewright, who eventually ended up escaping and stealing the Stone of Galore and setting you on this sort of like adventure path.
Before we make any concrete decisions as what we do next, I have to pee.
Okay,
I was waiting for a pee break.
Let's hit a bathroom break and we'll come back with decisions on. Well, you fiends and rapscallions who stuck in the mid-roll. Thank you. Hi, what's going on? My name is Alex. I'm your Dungeon Master, and you're listening to a D&D show that is also funny. Hopefully. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Give me just a couple of minutes. I'll get you right back to the show. We are, as always, playing Waterdeep, Dragon Heist, and official Dungeons & Dragons module written by, say it with me, Chris Perkins, Scott Fitzgerald Gray, Kim Mohan, Michelle Carter. Love those dorks. They did a great job, and it's my fault that it's being ruined slowly, episode by episode. If you or any of you buds, you goblins, your gangly little two-legged humans, as opposed to the four-legged ones, would like to get into D&D, I recommend you go to dnd.wizards.com. Check out all of the merch they have there for you. They've got hoodies, they've got pants, they've got sneakers that are Velcro and not tie, which is a very important detail. Everybody knows that D&D players cannot tie their shoes. Go to dnd.wizards.com. Check out all the cool shit they've got there. If you would like to end up as a character on our show, you can tweet us or hit us up on TikTok or Instagram on our socials at CritStupid. Let us know what you thought of the most recent episode. Let us know if you think there's something we could be doing better. Let us know if you've got a good joke. We love a good joke. Knock knocks are our favorite. We don't know any, but they're cool. So hit us up, and you could end up as a character on the show. Get your name in that pile, and I'll see you in a future episode. We are, as always, doing that big YouTube subscription push, trying to get to that magical number of 1,000 subscribers, 10000. I hope that was enough zeros. I just kind of did that on the fly. We've seen some great growth lately. We're almost at to 400 subscribers, I think, as of recording this, which is incredible. So if you are subscribed, thank you so much. And if you haven't yet, I would love it if you could recommend the show to a friend. If you listen to us audio only, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, if you could leave us a rating or a review, all of those things help us get pushed up in the algorithm and help us get in front of new listeners who might like us, like you, fingers crossed. So I guess what I'm saying is thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for reviewing. Thank you for rating. And I'm really glad you've stuck with us this far. That's it. All right. I love you, and you take it squeezy. Bye. What's going on, everybody? This is Alex and Diana here to bring you yet another sponsored message from Libris Arcana. These dice are incredible. And Diana and I were just discussing this, and we need to bring it to your attention. They offer a leg up that no other dice on the market can do. Diana, you want to talk to them about it?
Yeah, so here's the thing. It's been mentioned on the show, but I am half Asian, and that means that I should be good at math. Stereotypically, I should be good at math. Unfortunately, it's my white half that takes over whenever there are numbers. And math is hard. How does Libris Arcana dice help? I know you're wondering that. Does it help me solve complex equations? No, but what it does do is make it so I can see the numbers. I was just doing a side-by-side comparison between the first dice that I ever had bought, because I didn't know what I was doing, compared with the Libris Arcana dice. And the Libris Arcana dice, in addition to just being fucking beautiful, I can read the numbers. And the older I get, the more I appreciate that. So from a math perspective, at least I can see the problem now. At least I know what to add together. So I highly recommend these dice. Again, they're beautiful. They're very easy to read if your vision is going like mine. And it makes adding modifiers easier because now you can actually see what you rolled.
Even if your vision isn't going, even if you've got normal vision, nothing is harder than getting a set of really nicely made dice and then the numbers are painted the same color scheme as the pattern beneath. So when you're rolling them, you have to like squint and pick up the dice to look at it, and it's generally speaking, it's not ideal. Libris Arcana dice, actually every one of these sets don't have that problem. All of the numbers are painted in the same theme as the die is cast, but it's a brighter color that's easy to read right off the rip, so that when you roll it, you don't have to squint, you don't have to pick it up. You can just see the number and go, which sounds like an understated thing that shouldn't matter as much as it does, but it really does matter quite a bit.
Oh, it matters so much. And the fact that I can tell, the difference between like a 6 and a 9.
Oh my God.
Deal.
Huge.
I mean, if you're a veteran of role playing. You probably have more experience than even I do. You know that with some dice, is it a 6? Is it a 9? Nobody knows. Libris Arcana has made it so much easier to be able to see and less interruptions to gameplay.
If you would like to get your hands on these excellently painted dice sets, you can go to LibrisArcana.com. Use our exclusive discount code STUPID20 to get 20% off anything off the site, from handmade sets to resin sets to metal dice. They've even got book protectors for your Dungeons and Dragons books. I know if you're a DM and you're moving from place to place, going from table to table, your books can get kind of beat up, but these leather book covers solve that problem for you. So once again, that's LibrisArcana.com, and use our exclusive discount code STUPID20 for 20% off your total order. Libris Arcana, nicely painted dice.
Be better at math. Question about what had happened around the Lady Ramalia Haven, whatever. When Arnold and I got transported to that ship,
Yep.
did he not name drop her with the it was like a bold move, and then the captain made a comment.
It's entirely possible that Davil Starsong did name drop Ramalia Haventree, although
I think
I'm gonna be...
Arnold did to just as a gamble, but then it kind of landed.
I think Arnold did because he also, yeah. I think Arnold dropped Lady Ramalia Haventree's name, and then he saw some recognition with Davil Starsong.
Right.
So like there is, so the name has, excuse me.
I'm
so
just trying to find an excuse to get my boyfriend back in my life, Davil Starsong. Technically, I'm pretty sure he did give me his number. He gave me like a little parchment thing. I remembered nothing, but I remembered that.
How the fuck do you remember? Like,
and his number was 703-26.
Hey, stop. Don't dox people on our show. Yes, Bessie, to your point, you have means of getting in touch with Davil Starsong, and I do think he name dropped Ramalia Haventree's name in some capacity.
Okay.
So Arnold would be like, "Can we? So we have all this information. I know we're all tired. Maybe we should go to bed and we'll figure it out in the morning."
God, that's such a good idea. Oh, you meant in the podcast.
In the fiction. Yeah, Floon says like, bro, like, yeah, totally. I gotta go home and like feed my fish. So like I'm out. I'm good. Bro Gareth, I wiped down the bar just like you taught me. Sticky towel, dirty towel. And then I set the keg lines and and I wiped down all the glasses too.
I'm proud of you, Floon, and we all know that you don't have a fish and you're going to smoke weed.
What, bro? That's crazy.
Feed his fish.
It's a fantasy strain. It's just called fish.
It's just called fish.
Yeah. You
The
know, there's
dopest
indica
weed in
sativa,
Waterdeep
and then
is
there's
called
fish.
fish.
Yo, you heard this? I got that fish pack.
No.
The snack that smiles back.
But yeah, so
The pack that smiles back.
he throws his towels down on the bar and leaves and wishes you all, good night. So I'm happy to do a smash cut here into the next morning. Smash.
Oh no, wait.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
So when Arnold goes
Can
in
you
his room, I
reverse
want to look at
smash
those.
cut?
Yeah, I want to look at those letters that I took.
I want to look at the cards.
The card.
tarot cards.
Yeah, I want to
yeah,
look
you
at the
guys didn't
tarot
do it.
cards.
So I figured that's what I was thinking. We would all
right.
be in our rooms doing our
Look at our stuff. Yeah.
Let's all separate to our rooms and look at our stuff. Let's do Arnold first because he spoke up first. Arnold, you grabbed the packet of letters that you grabbed from Arond Gralhan's desk.
Yes.
It is, if you remember, it's sealed. It's a closed envelope that is sealed with a neon blue glowing glyph arcane lock around it.
Right. Okay. So do I know, like, if I try to open it, does it open?
No, it does not.
No.
It stays pretty stubbornly closed.
That's what I figured. Do I know like how to read that glyph?
Sorry, give me 1 second, Anthony. I gotta get. We're going back. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. As you futz with it, and I think being a sort of like spellcasting person on your own right, Arnold, you would know as you fiddle with the glyphs you notice that there are 26 of them in a sort of like wheel pattern.
Okay.
And as you sort of move with it, you get the feeling that it's a
like cryptogram sort of thing, or
yeah. I was gonna say alphanumerical, but then I was like low key convinced that wasn't actually a phrase, and then somebody would roast me like a bell pepper for it.
It's a phrase.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's okay. So it's a thing
it
I
isn't,
can
you
kind of
idiot.
like figure out the letters to numbers situation.
I think what it's looking for a code word is what
Okay.
you get.
Okay, cool. Do I see like a hangman? Like, are there
Yeah.
gashes?
Yeah, you see a hangman like silhouette get stretched in. No, you don't see anything.
Yeah,
like
as soon as you put in a letter, you see a little head appear.
So I mean, I'd want to explore that. Can I look at it and see if I can figure out this code? Is there something
Sure.
like I have to actively do to do that?
I mean, I will tell you there is one code word that opens this packet. There's a lot of words in the language, so I think that there's a limited amount of time we can devote to you just sort of like guessing words.
Guessing words,
Wait, what was the
Is
lady
there-
Galla's name again? But it's
Yala?
her first name, and it's a bunch of love letters.
It's Lady Yala Gralhund.
I don't know how to spell that shit. Good luck.
Like they'd have Arnold just yelling random words at it like, all day
What is it there?
long. Like every scene,
Expecto
he's like
Patronum!
yeah, he's just like potato.
Triangle, grasshopper. I'm doing my best.
I have the little paper bird also, and I'm wondering if that's related, but we're in different rooms.
Okay, well, I don't want to spend too much time because they have important things. But when we were in that room where I got the letters, would I have noticed? Like, was there a picture of anyone on the desk? There was a picture of someone, right?
Was there a sticky note with a password on it?
there was something.
Wasn't it? Was like
It was
there
a picture of the two of like Lady
Yeah,
Yala
it was-
and her
it was
husband
Aaron
when
and
they were like
Yala.
younger
Yeah,
and
when they were
happier.
younger.
That's what I thought.
Well-
So what was the name? What was the other person? Not
that we
Lady
killed,
Gralhund?
or the one that died. What's his
It's
name?
The one I was trying to save.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, it was
God.
his husband.
husband.
It was Arnold Gralhund, who also I'm pretty sure is the one who owns the letters, and the other one in the picture was Yala Gralhund.
Yala Grahund.
So it was just those two. Was that's all it was?
I'm literally heartbroken for you guys because, like, first of all, I didn't expect anybody to remember this because it was like 7 episodes ago. But you guys oh my God, you got so close by there's another name. There was another name on the picture.
There was another name
Yeah,
on the
that's
picture.
what I was-
That was
I know, but I have
handwritten.
no idea. 'Cause
I
I
knew it,
remember
but
it wasn't
But it's
her
been
name.
like 4 months since that episode.
Yeah.
So
It wasn't
I'm gonna have
her
to
name.
go back and watch all the episodes now.
no.
Yeah. Would our characters remember though? Because I mean,
Yeah, it was
I-
only like a few days
I
ago.
honestly
for our
do
characters.
feel like Arnold would remember because your memory is such.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
we
I-
recreated
that
the
long
map and
ago.
everything, and it wasn't that long ago. Like I can see me forgetting Diana and Mel, but I do feel like
Yeah,
Arnold
Gareth can't
would
read,
have.
so
Let me ask the paper bird.
I'll tell you what. Arnold, you would remember because it wasn't that long ago, maybe like a week at most. Your path through Lady Yala Gralhund's manse at the Battle of the Bards. You remember the picture frame because Tess actually remarked on it and noticed it as a much younger Arond and Yala Gralhund at a music event, both of them smiling, both of them carefree, with the inscription Arond and Alora 42. on it.
Laura, that's what it was.
okay. So I would try Alora and see, the way it was spelled and see if it
As
works.
soon as you spell Alora, there is a click, and the blue glyph evaporates like smoke into the air between your fingertips.
Yes. Okay.
and
So
the
I would,
envelope opens.
It's
So, yes.
nudes. It's just nudes.
It's just titties
dick pic.
everywhere.
No, it's dick pics. Or
Yeah,
like
no
dick pics
titties.
that he saved for her.
Oh yeah, it's dick
Yeah,
pics.
because he
sorry.
can't
They're
send them
drawn,
to his
it's
phone,
just
so he had
drawings.
to. They're like they're like paintings of his dick that he would send via messenger pigeons.
I like that they're
Um,
oil paintings too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he took time and effort into these. Every pube is meticulously detailed. No, what you are looking at, Arnold, is a series of letters. But they're not from Lady Alora Yala Gralhund to her husband. They are from Lady Alora Yala Gralhund to someone named Gnarl, Nar'L.
That's an insane name. That's definitely like a
Gnarly
goblin,
name.
right? That's a
Listen.
goblin ass name.
Listen, some of these names I take from our community of like amazing listeners who've supported us thus far, and then sometimes I take them straight out of the book, and I'll give you a guess as to which one this one is.
Do we have a fan named Gnarl?
No.
Gnarl, if you're out there, we love you. Thank you for watching.
It is a gnarly name that you have, and we love it.
Gnarls Barkley, like that's
Stop. That's what you see, Arnold.
Okay.
These letters, as you sort of like dig through them,
So they're dick pics from Gnarl.
Gnarls.
Yeah.
they are dick pics from Gnarl, specifically detailing meetups. You have
Meet.
times and
Meet.
locations written in these letters, and some of them are from Yala's side. The ones that she writes are longer, more flowery, more, the hand is very educated, very elegant. The ones
Gnarls
that
just like
Gnarl
you
writes-
up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you
Gnarl's
up.
just sending you up.
What you
Tess.
doing?
It's crazy that
Hey,
A
Yalas
hasty
are.
sketch of a dick pic.
It's crazy that Yalas are longer than Gnarls. That's embarrassing.
But you are also looking at meetup times and locations. And actually, Arnold, as you look at it, you notice one location written more than once, several times. Let me say that in a way that an actual human would phrase it. You'll notice one location mentioned several times in Gnarl's letters.
Hey, you find a good hotel to meet up, it makes sense to go there again. No,
And
one-
that is,
I mean,
that-
Is that a,
you're
is
gonna
that
have
the
an affair,
hotel?
make it classy.
and
The
that is
hotel,
that
motel,
is
Holiday Inn.
I'll be back.
Ah, okay.
Holy shit.
And you get on us for the puns.
Listen, that was a community suggestion, and also
They're-
fuck you.
Their rival tavern, ALB Beethoven.
That was a really good joke.
I'm the first time I ever use a laugh track in this show is going to be for that joke.
Because of how funny it was.
Yeah, because it was so funny that none of us laughed.
All right, move on.
I laughed, that was clever.
Yeah,
I
and
liked
Jess
it.
even
Does
said
Albie
that was a really
Bach?
funny joke.
Bach, Beethoven? Is this the Dolly thing? Did you not get it?
No, I
Hey,
got.
Alex, you didn't
Wow.
get it.
Music.
Ah,
There's
everybody
no
points
way
and
we-
laughs.
All right.
You've been to
Um,
the opera?
That's what you see in your packet of letters,
Okay, cool.
Arnold. We're gonna
So-
move to Tess's room. Sitting on your platform of fresh hay that I guess you bully Floon into laying for you every night. You look at your tarot card.
She's also eating an enormous loaf of sourdough, just nomming on it.
Just
She's
raw
starving.
bread off the dough.
Yeah,
not sliced.
she's raw
Is she
dogging this
concerned
bread.
about having a heart attack or?
No, because she can smell the difference.
She
between a
actually
heart
has
attack
one
and
big
a
heart
bread.
that's split into 4 compartments.
Actually, that's every
All
heart.
hearts are
You
split
mean
into
every
4
single
compartments.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking
It's
about.
literally every heart.
Yeah, you got
Embarrassing.
never mind. Okay, continue.
All right. I had to look it up. Sorry, Tess. Tess, the card you're looking at is a figure of incredible weariness. Their faces drooping and haggard. Their hair is sort of like lank and hanging behind their ears, spindly like strings of spaghetti. And they're holding a huge pack, a comically large pack on their back with like, it looks like a backpacking bag, but above it is like a
Literally,
table
yeah.
and chairs and pots. And there's like a hanging sort of like pendulum that they've got up there. And then there's a grandfather clock. It almost looks like something out of like a Roald Dahl novel. But underneath it, it says the 8 of Travelers.
Okay. Does this mean anything? Has she seen anything like this before?
Literally never.
Okay. I think Tessa's just like, neat. She kind of just like pokes it, shakes it around, try to see if she like throws it in the air.
She
to see if
doesn't
it does
eat
anything.
it, does she?
I sure hope.
Well, she did
this-
nibble it already when she first caught
Oh,
it.
that's true.
Do you also look at the paper bird, Tess?
Okay. Yeah, she takes the bird out. Then she's like, she's like, hi, hello. Sorry for keeping you in my pocket for 100 episodes. How's
Yeah,
it?
the bird busts out of your pocket and be like, bro, it stinks of hot dogs in there. What the fuck?
First,
It smells
they're-
like vegan chicken nuggets. But you notice that on its wings is sort of like arcane glyphs. Tess, give me an Arcana check, please.
Let me figure out how to do that.
It's one of your
Arcana
skills. It's
is a
actually the
plus
first one.
2.
There
And
you
I roll
go.
a d20?
Correct.
5. Plus 2,
There
7.
there are arcane glyphs written on this bird's wings, and they look super cool.
They look rad. Okay, great. Happy for me. I think Tess would just kind of try to hang out with the bird now because she's just like, hey, do you want to hang out? Do you want to play? Do you want some bread? Do you want
The bird, you know what? The bird has a bite of bread, and the bread disappears.
Amazing.
Where?
Yeah.
I don't
And then
know.
Tess doesn't know what to do with the card. I think she just puts it in her pocket.
Okay, for
And
sure.
then she goes and sleeps with her bread and her bird.
Okay. Gareth,
what?
in your cellar room, behind the sanctity of the closed door that they had installed for you, you look at your tarot card, I think, pulling it out to glance at it in the do you have a light in your room, Gareth? Like, do you have like a lantern?
Skylight,
Or do you keep
remember?
it- Right, it's dark upstairs. It's the middle of the night, so
Oh yeah, damn.
Is a single romantic candle.
Yeah,
Do you
no,
have a
I have
single romantic
I have
candle?
I have a single Yankee candle, and the scent is fresh laundry.
Oh
Nice.
damn, that's
Classic.
a really good one.
The
All right,
classic.
shit. All right, I was gonna talk a bunch of shit about your romantic candle, but now that I know that it's a Yankee Candle, not a sponsor brand,
But it
fresh
could be.
laundry scent. Yeah, hey,
could
Yankee Candle,
be.
get at us, bro.
Could you imagine like critically stupid themed scents and they would all just be really gross?
Yeah. they
Okay,
all
what is
smell
the
like shit.
what is the first critically stupid themed scent that Yankee Candle makes for us?
Shrimp French toast, obviously.
Oh shit, true.
Solid
All right,
answer.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Then cat
okay.
pee, of course.
And then Cowpea, yeah.
And then
Calpy.
Calpy,
Calpy
cat
and
pee.
I think
salt
it'd be
a
water.
real
whole range
cool
of
if they had a
pisses.
scent for like all of us.
It's a whole line of piss.
A whole line of piss. There's the episode title, baby.
All right, Gareth, you see a card. It is a figure in plate mail sitting on a powerful war destrier, big horse, also in armor.
Big horse.
The knight has a sword in one hand and a shield in the other. However, the emblem on its shield is three keys crossed on a field. And actually, as you're looking at it, you notice that his armor is made entirely of keys. From the boots to the gloves to the gauntlets to the pauldrons to the chest. Do you want me to name more pieces of armor? Because I can't.
Yeah,
It's very
his
impressive.
his card is so much better than mine. So jealous.
The cod piece is made of keys. The helmet is made of keys. Every piece of this knight's protection is made from keys, varying from ancient and rusty to new and modern looking. But it says on the bottom, the Knight of Keys.
What? No, I don't know what the fuck it says on the bottom.
It says on the bottom.
Okay. Can I don't have any way of detecting magic because I don't know any magic. So
Nah, bro.
I'll
Nibble
hold
it.
it up to the candle to see if there's like any invisible writing on the other side or something.
Yeah.
Sets it on fire.
Odds or evens, Gareth?
Oh fuck, give me odds.
It low key catches on fire a little bit. Okay. We're gonna do a smash cut to the next morning, so that we can sort of like see what we're getting into next episode. However, Mel, Dianna, I don't think you sleep that well because Josh
Uh-oh.
Pat has nightmares.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe.
He kicks and whines and barks and snarls in his sleep, and I think you have to wake him up like several times.
real talk though, my actual dog does have nightmares. He doesn't really snarl, but he does the other stuff, and I have to pet him until he calms down.
Yeah, you
So
got to do that with
sad.
Josh Pat. He never snaps at you. He snaps in his sleep, but like when you wake him up, he recognizes that it's you, obviously. But yeah, Josh Pat has a real bad night.
Oh,
Or Josh Pat.
you see some really fucked up shit.
All right, smash cut.
Mm.
Smash cut. It's the next morning. You guys are in the tavern room at Trollskull. Floon is there, opening up shop for the early morning. You guys do a good business trade with like coffee and pastries and books. What do you guys want to get into next? You've got a couple of different threads that you can follow.
Can I ask a silly question since you just brought up Josh Pat having nightmares and I don't really know what they're from? Sometimes I remember that I have magic and I remember I have talked to animals. Could I talk to Josh Pat and figure out what he's having nightmares
look at
about?
Alex's stupid fucking face.
That's clever.
Look at that dumb motherfucker right there.
You give her powers that you forget about?
Yes.
Actually, it was the paper bird that had nightmares.
You do have speak with animals as a spell, and god damn it if Joshua Patrick isn't also an animal. So yeah, I'm required to say yes.
I think I would, if he had such a rough night, I think that I would try to figure out what's going on with my little baby. So I would definitely do the thing. This is like when I remembered that I could detect the dead, like the dead.
Dude, I was so mad at you for that moment.
Great.
That whole episode went an entirely different way on paper, and you fucked it up from the jump.
I'm actually
okay.
real proud of that, though.
That was amazing.
So I now need to find a voice for a young puppy.
And it's a beloved character too, so you
The
cannot
beloved
fuck it up.
character.
Yeah, so don't fuck it up.
Shit.
You know
I
how
guess
some,
you
you know
could
how
see.
when they
I guess you
miscast
could
a
see
book
how Josh
character?
Allen actually talks and like try to mimic it, but like in a
I'm not going to
puppy
do that
way.
because that is actually slander and how those lawsuits sort of go. Okay, yes.
That's
You cast your spell and you turn to Josh Pat. What do you say?
I would pet his little ears. And I would say, you know how people talk to dogs with the voice. Just like
Gotta do it.
Just like
I wanna
You
hear
got to do it. Hey, Bessie, if
have
I
to
got to
do
do
the
it,
voice.
totally
you
gonna
gotta
do it. I'm just trying to think of how I talk to my dog when he's having a nightmare, because he does. I usually just pet him and be like, what's going on, boy? Are you okay? I can actually understand you now. I'm worried about you. It's okay. What are you dreaming about? And you're adorable, and I love you. Just wanted to add that on there.
Mama, the bad man came for me out of the ocean water and he smelled like salt and he was really scary and it made me cry.
Do you mean the bad man from when I was with you, or was there another bad man in the ocean?
There have been a lot of bad men, but this one specifically came through the door in the air when we were standing in the corridor, and I barked at him because I thought that he was scary and that he didn't. He seemed like bad news, and then the cow, she also thought that it was bad news, and then I like her, she's cool, but also it was really scary. And then I dreamed of him all night. He kept coming for me, he kept chasing me, and I ran away from him, but he always got me, and he tasted like seawater, and I don't like it.
He was chasing after you?
Yeah, he kept running after me.
Mel does not like that at all. Because now she's not 100% convinced this is just like a PTSD flashback. She's worried that it might be
Holy
like...
shit, it's an FTSD flash forward. Future traumatic stress disorder.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's what you get, Bessie.
Okay. I would just try to reassure him. Be like, listen, you're safe right now. If you feel unsafe, you know that I would literally die for you. And Tess would also literally die for you. We love you so much, baby. We love you so much with all the chambers of our hearts. So you just tell me if there's a bad man, and I will kill him.
Okay.
Can we overhear this at all? Are the rest of us here? Or do
yes,
you do
the rest of you hear.
and then Mel being like, "You tell me, and I'll kill him."
Yeah, you all hear Mel speak with animals, but it devolves into wolf speech, and none of you speak wolf speech. Tess, you
Well,
maybe catch like
actually-
no, shut up. Tess, you maybe catch like 1 out of 5 words. You
Yeah.
get like a rough gist of it, just because of
Yeah.
your like sort of druidicism, but not like the whole conversation.
I think I would
Yeah,
ask
I think you'd
Josh,
catch the gist. I think.
I would ask Josh Pat like one more question now that I think about it. When he gets you, are you able to hurt him at all, or do you just wake up? What happens?
No, he grabs me, and then I wake up and I'm crying because it's scary.
Okay, baby. Well, like I said, I'll literally die for you, and I will kill for you.
Whatever the occasion calls for.
All right, what is the vibes of what you guys want to get onto next?
So I kind of want to go check out Romeo Halligtree to see if Mert and Ernie actually work for the Harpers.
Okay.
Also, please don't gloss over Mert and Ernie.
No,
That
that's
was really
actually
good.
really good.
That was good.
I'm in on that too.
Is everybody
That's-
amenable to this?
Um,
Okay.
Amenable?
Gareth, how do you go about?
Amenable?
That's what I thought too.
Is it amenable?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
it's amenable.
I don't speak English.
Gareth, how would you go about trying to track down Lady Romalia Haventree's location?
Well, Gareth being a thief and general sleuther, I feel like could pry around for information, but I don't know if you want me to like roll to break into the aristocrat's house and read his mail or
Well, no, I don't want to go that detailed, but I want to know what,
Isn't
because
she
obviously
like a public figure.
as a thief, you have many avenues available to you to find out where this person works or where they live
Yeah,
or where they can
so,
be found.
okay.
I want to know where you go specifically. Where
Check
would Gareth
down
look?
They're
for
like
you?
Fantasy
fantasy
LinkedIn.
Google,
So
and
I
then you
know-
do like
Fantasy
your
LinkedIn.
fantasy LinkedIn, fantasy
I'm gonna
Facebook,
fantasy kill
something
myself
like that.
if I don't get this sentence out. Anyway, that was rude. That was outlandish of me, and I apologize.
Yeah, go ahead, Gareth.
I
No.
All
Carry
right,
on.
So Romeo is like a public figure, like well known, right?
Romalia Haventree is a well-known public figure. Yes.
Okay. It is already established that it's part of my character that I don't remember names, and I hate to break it to you. I know her name is Romalia Haventree, but it's too late.
Cool.
So Romeo Halligtree.
Yes, she is a well-known public figure in the city.
Okay, but I assume her address and such are not public record.
Her personal address, probably not. You could probably pinpoint it if you investigated hard enough to the region, to the neighborhood, perhaps, because
Right.
all of those rich types tend to live together. I'll tell you what would be a matter of fairly easy public record is her office or where she did trade or
That was
business.
gonna be my plan B, was to find out where she works. I don't necessarily think we should like go to her place of business and confront her about potential impersonators.
Okay.
So then I was thinking about just like waiting by her office or whatever, and then in a chill, not creepy way, following her home to see where she lives.
Non-creepy.
Sure.
Yeah, in,
Yeah,
like, a
just
cool-
so chill.
Normal, non-creepy way.
Yes, following a single lady home to see where she lives is not at
It's
all
Only
creepy.
creepy if she sees me.
All right. Let's do a smash
Ouch.
cut. Let's do a smash cut to Gareth. Smash cut to Gareth standing in front of a fountain in a busy town square. It is market day. There are families shopping for groceries. There are like little kitties and like wagons. There are people pulling around dogs in wagons. And actually, Gareth, as you look, there's
Best.
Mel pulling around Josh Pat in a little wagon that she's rented because she thought it looked cute. And like low key, it is.
Oh yeah.
But more specifically,
Important detail. Because Gareth's white hair stands out in a crowd, he's wearing a beanie. And because he's undercover, he's wearing a second bigger pair of sunglasses over his regular normal sunglasses.
okay,
Nice,
you're wearing
nice.
your super secret clandestine sunglasses over your regular sunglasses, and you're wearing
My
a
uniform.
beat.
Yes.
I would love to know what Arnold's spy uniform is, because I think he's also riding shotgun on this mission with you.
Oh yeah, no, I have the same glasses and the same beanie on because I want.
Okay,
I saw him do
wait.
it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm in."
Wait,
Gotta
Tess
do it.
has a spy costume. So Tess, she's in cow mode, but
Uh-huh.
she has moose antler on because she's like, I'm a moose. And they're not gonna think that it's a cow. It's a moose antler.
Okay, so Gareth, you were standing in front of a fountain with your best friend Arnold as backup, and then 30 feet behind you, standing in a pack of horses, is Tess as a moose with
Yes.
antlers on, and she's covering your backs.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, here's the mission. And I want you to take this very seriously and know that I love you both. You are going to stay here at the fountain.
No. You
Okay,
always do this. But I
So you want me to
refuse.
cause a distraction at the fountain so you can go do your thing? I do have my instruments. I can play music. It'll draw some attention to me.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't really want Miss Ep.30 to get distracted. I want her to go home her normal route.
She wouldn't be alarmed if a moose followed her home. That would
I
just
would be.
normal.
I would
Don't
be
worry.
very alarmed if I was being trailed by a moose.
You must not live in Canada.
I have never once heard of that. Do you mean Fantasy Canada? Because I have cousins up there.
I've got cousins in Fantasy
That's
Canada.
where my girlfriend lives. She goes to a different school and she's in Canada.
Yeah, you wouldn't know her. She's real.
She's definitely not a moose.
Well, is
Garrett.
Mel with us?
No, Garrett, Mel is pulling Josh Pat around in a.
Yeah, Mel's not.
Oh, that's
gonna
right, that's
do
right, you said
Listen,
that.
Josh Pat had nightmares last
disguise.
night. He
She's
gets a
not-
day off.
Yeah. She's not gonna disguise herself. This is like that thing again where y'all stood at a door for 1,000 fucking years, and then I just walked in. Like,
I'm gonna be so honest. I feel like if this was a one-man follow her home, it would be so quick and easy. But I don't think that's gonna have this play out. I fucked that sentence up so bad.
That was literal gibberish. Okay, Gareth, let's do this. You know that Ramalia Haventree's offices are located in that building on the far end of the square, with all of the sort of like fancy trade offices. You also know from a street source that she comes out around midday to go to take a carriage home for lunch because she likes to eat at home.
That's crazy, bougie.
So weird. Wait, what if
Holy
I
shit.
become the horse pulling the carriage?
That is actually a pretty good idea.
That would have been smart. Can we do that? I'll take off my moose antler. I have just one, by the way. Like
You just got the one moose antler?
One.
oh, like the Grinch, the
Yeah,
dog.
Max,
it's
that's
like
just
a
one.
weird thing.
Wait, guys,
Yeah.
I have an idea that I want to float past the. Actually, no, that's boring. I don't want to talk to her by myself. I just want to find out where she lives, and then we can all talk to her. Okay, carry on.
There we go. I love that. All right, so Tess, tell me how you are going to. So there's a pack of horses here, and then there's like a bunch of like carriages sort of like loose. Some of the carriages are already hooked up to teams of horses. How do you discern which carriage belongs to Ramalia Haventree, and how do you replace yourself into the team of horses pulling her?
I think I would do it by smell. I think I'd sniff around and be like, this smells like a rich, important white lady, which smells like.
Narrow it down.
It's true.
Yeah, no, everything around here reeks of rich, important white lady.
Okay, does she have like a logo, like an emblem of some kind? Like I imagine if she's like all aristocratic, I feel like they have like their little
It's got to be a
crests
big
on
tree,
shit.
right?
I feel like she does, but I don't know that you would know it, Tess. Gareth might know it vaguely, like if he pulled it up in his streetwise research, but I don't know
think,
that Tess
especially because I've been actively researching her, I might.
Yeah. So if Gareth, if you want to step in and like help out here.
Yeah, because if she's still in the office, I'm pretty comfortable with being out and about. So I'll kind of help identify any brands or markings or logos of sorts.
Okay. There are 3 carriages that are hooked up to two teams. One of them has a pair of interlocked gold rings on a field of flowers. Another one has a pair of honey badgers that are tied together at the tail, sort of like a rat king. And then the third one has a grand tree on a setting sun.
It's definitely the third one.
It's a heaven tree. Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
that
the
one.
honey badger sounds way more fun.
Yeah, that sounds great. I want to know more.
Side
about it.
Change of plans. We're
quest.
gonna make new friends.
All right, so Tess, how do you get yourself into the team of horses already tied to the front of this carriage? I will say that the carriage itself for now is unguarded. There is no driver.
Unguarded. How many horses pull a carriage?
2.
2. Okay.
You just gotta go up to one as a horse and be like, "Yo, shift's over."
I was literally gonna say like, "Hey, go take you're on a break actually.
Go take 5.
Okay, actually, HR wants to meet with you. I don't know what you got yourself
Horse
into,
resources.
You know what?